Thanks for joining us tonight at 5. I'm Felicia Lawrence.
I'm Dustin Grove, in tonight for Anne-Marie Tiernan. Right now, 3 men are recovering in the hospital after a shooting inside a downtown bar and lounge.
And now the Metro Police Chief is questioning how these guns got inside. Our Matthew Foltz has a look at how the chief wants to prevent a situation like this in the future.
Small bits of shattered glass remain outside the front doors of Jovito Ultra Lounge here in downtown Indy, the aftermath of a shooting inside injuring 3 people.
No one in the bar heard or saw a disturbance, just suddenly there were shots fired inside the bar.
IMPD Chief Chris Bailey addressing the media Monday morning.
There's only so much we can do, especially when it happens inside of establishments. That's the responsibility of the persons that own that bar.
He says officers found 2 men with gunshot wounds who were transported to the hospital. Not too long after, he says another man showed up to the hospital who was also shot.
There was at least 3 guns in there. One was on one of the security guards employed by the business. One was recovered from one of the victims at the hospital. And obviously there's 1 gun we have not recovered. So there was at least 3.
Now it's the concern of how these guns got inside.
If you say that you have security and that you're doing pat downs or you're using wands.
Online police records show IMPD has been called to the lounge multiple times over the last year, many times for fights or disturbances. Chief Bailey believes the lounge should face consequences.
I believe that the excise superintendent and his staff should have the ability to shut some of these places down, at least temporarily, while due process progresses.
Now the chief just hopes law enforcement can have more eyes on the inside of places to make sure alcohol and violence don't mix.
And so I think you're going to see as we move forward, I don't know when, some more visible presence from excise in not just these bars, but many of the bars in Indianapolis.
Reporting in Indianapolis, I'm Matthew Foltz, 13 News.
And Matthew reached out to Jovito multiple times today for comment. They have yet to respond. Right now, IMPD is asking anyone with information to give police a call.
Also tonight, we've learned the name of a teenager killed in a shooting over the weekend. The coroner ID'd him today as 17-year-old Yonah Jeffers Telfair. Police say another teen was also shot. They don't expect him to survive. This happened in the middle of the afternoon yesterday, just after 3 o'clock on Central Avenue near 38th Street. That's on the north side. Officers detained 2 people right after that shooting. They've since released them.
Tonight, Metro Police officers are offering you a chance to get together at a local church for a community prayer vigil.
And this is an annual event, but it certainly is timely given all the violence over the weekend. This is happening at 7 o'clock at Amazing Grace Christian Church. We've got the information on your screen right here. It's located off East 16th Street near North Franklin Road. Organizers say everybody is welcome. Tonight, new charges for a Carmel nurse accused of overprescribing medication.
It's been more than a week since Catherine Curtis was charged in the alleged drug fraud scheme. Now investigators say they have uncovered new troubling allegations. Ella Rhodes joins us now with what police found. Ella?
Yeah, so 34-year-old Catherine Curtis now faces 2 counts of fraud, 2 counts of obstruction of justice, and 2 counts of false informing. Now, police say the Carmel nurse lied when she reported several items stolen. According to investigators, Curtis told officers someone stole thousands of dollars in cash, along with her wedding ring and Louis Vuitton items she allegedly filed an insurance claim on. Investigators then reviewed surveillance videos and interviews from Curtis when they noticed inconsistencies. Police also say they found some of the items reported stolen inside her home during a search warrant. Curtis already faced 31 charges accused of overprescribing medication and writing fraudulent prescriptions as a practitioner. Hamilton County Prosecutor Joshua Coker says police arrested her again just days after she bonded out of jail.
It's even worse if you have people that are in a position of trust that are violating these rules and putting stuff out there into the community is even more disturbing.
Now, Curtis is due in court tomorrow on these latest charges.
Ella Rhodes reporting. Thank you so much. And developing tonight, DNA is confirming the identity of a Fox Hollow Farm victim. We're talking about Roger Goodlett. Now, you may have heard his name before. The Hamilton County coroner tells us DNA results support the ID, initially made in 1996 through dental records. Investigators believe Goodlett is one of the victims of suspected serial killer Herb Baumeister. The coroner's been reviewing evidence found on the property in Hamilton County for years, and this confirmation came through advanced forensic and DNA analysis. And tonight we're learning the special session to redraw Indiana's congressional maps will begin next month.
And we've been waiting to hear. Now we officially know. Legislative leaders tell us this is all a part to save money, the decision to do this when they are. So the House and Senate will not convene until December 1st. And it won't be a traditional special session, which the governor called for today.
They will instead get an early start to the 2026 legislative session when they meet to discuss redistricting and changes to tax law between the December 1st and the 12th.
All right, to the weather impact now on this Monday evening. Not a bad way to start the work week.
I mean,
beautiful
look
out there
at
today.
that. I mean, sun, but you need a sweater.
Little chilly.
Yeah, yes, it was definitely sweatshirt weather most of the afternoon, even though we managed 61 this afternoon.
That's pretty good, Angela.
And we're going to get close to 70 Wednesday this week. So we've got a warm week ahead on this Monday. Let's take you back outside where temperatures are in the upper 50s. For most of us right now, we're sitting at 59 degrees, Brown County, 58 Crawfordsville, 58 Bunker Hill, 58 Morris Reservoir, just a few degrees cooler in Connorsville. In our eastern viewing area right now, 54. This is where we'll stay over the next several hours. By the way, these temperatures up 4, 6, even 11 degrees compared to this time yesterday. So the warming trend is here. Coming downtown for the Pacers game, Pacers and Bucks, that is a 7 o'clock tip. Temperatures will be in the low 50s, but then drop into the 40s by the time everyone heads home. And it's jacket weather again tomorrow morning, but you won't need it tomorrow afternoon with some sunshine. High temperatures tomorrow back into the low 60s.
A familiar face returns to Gainbridge Fieldhouse tonight, but he is playing for the Pacers' rival.
Yeah, the once beloved Myles Turner, not so much anymore. Now a member of the Milwaukee Bucks, and Rich Nye is live at the Fieldhouse for us tonight. Rich, what kind of reception should we expect for Myles to get from Pacers fans? Do we even need to ask?
Well, I think it's going to be very interesting to see, and I think Myles Turner is also very curious as to whether there will be cheers or more boos tonight when he is introduced. Myles is actually out here right now at the free throw line doing his pregame warm-up with the Milwaukee Bucks. Of course, Myles played for the Pacers for 10 seasons. He has his own, or he had his own fan section right here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And then he became a free agent after the NBA Finals, and the Bucks simply offered him more money. A lot more money. Turner signed a 4-year deal worth $107 million with the Bucks. That's about $27 million more than the Pacers reportedly offered. Turner admitted it felt different coming into the Fieldhouse this morning for the Bucks shoot-around. He had never been in the visitors' locker room before today. And the Pacers were surprised when Turner signed with the Bucks this offseason. The Pacers thought they were still in negotiations with Turner. Turner said after signing that you go where you're celebrated. And then he clarified his remarks this morning.
Let's talk about value. Go where you're valued in a sense, and I feel like the front office and the ownership value me in Milwaukee more than the front office and the ownership may value me here in Indiana. So again, that wasn't a shot at the fans. I see how fans would have took that personally. Just how fresh you were off of such a great run and whatnot. But again, I'm gonna see this right in the camera. By no means anything I said had anything to do with the fans or the city, man. I said this is strictly a business, a business decision for me personally.
Business, Turner says. He recently made some comments on a podcast that some people perceived to question the toughness of Tyrese Halliburton, but he says that was just social media twisting his words and taking them out of context. He's not sure again what the reception will be for him tonight. They are going to have a tribute video for Myles Turner before the game this evening, but he says he's looking forward to seeing fans and people around the Fieldhouse that he spent a decade with. Now the Pacers, as we're back here live at the Fieldhouse, Myles Turner warming up. Pacers coming off finally their first win of the season on Saturday against the Warriors. The Pacers now 1-5, and the Bucks, they are 4-2 on the season. And Myles Turner, he's not really the primary concern for the Pacers tonight. That would be Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's averaging 34 points a game, and right now that's tops in the NBA.
Wow. You covered a lot there, Rich.
Yeah, and I didn't know that he was going to, I thought there would be some cheers, not just booze. There will be booze tonight.
Yes, there will be some
No
booze.
doubt, but I think it's going to be a little more mixed. Hey, all right, hopefully Pacers get a win for you for your birthday today, Rich. Happy birthday. We love you.
Thank you.
All
Look
right.
at them.
Appreciate
Nice
that.
smile.
Okay, we got to talk about the Colts now. Boy, they are still reeling after that ugly loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's a game the team's looking to forget pretty quickly.
Yeah, why you got to bring it up?
It's news.
Dominic Miranda is in Pittsburgh for us tonight, and he has details on what went wrong and what the team is saying today. Dom.
Well, it's a bit cloudy and overcast and dreary here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on Monday. And that's kind of the description of what was over the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday as they fall to the Pittsburgh Steelers 27-20 in a game that they will want to forget and forget quickly. 6 turnovers for this team en route to just its second loss of the season. Mentioned it off the top, 6 turnovers. It's tough to win any football game when you're turning the ball over at that high of clip. The offense just could not get in rhythm. Jonathan Taylor was held at bay, and this Colts defense was put in difficult positions all day long. Daniel Jones only had 3 interceptions, 3 turnovers at large. Coming into the game against the Steelers, responsible for 5 on Sunday. Not something we've grown accustomed to seeing out of Daniel Jones, not something we've grown accustomed to seeing out of this Colts team, just out of rhythm, out of whack all day, playing from behind most of the day. The Steelers scoring 24 of its 27 points off Colts turnovers. That's self-inflicted wounds personified. That's gift wrapping a win to your opponent. Not going to get it done, and the Colts know that here on Monday.
You learn from those situations, you grow from them. Credit to those guys. I thought they did a good job on that side of the defense, and we got to get those little things cleaned up moving forward. Like I said, turning the ball over like we did, it can't happen. You're not going to win a lot of football games in this league, and so you take ownership of that, you address it, and make sure going forward that you can't turn the ball over like that moving forward.
Colts' last win here in Pittsburgh was 2008, so it's been quite some time. A bit of a house of horrors here in Pittsburgh for the Indianapolis Colts. Still 7-2 on the season. The Colts, look, the sky isn't falling, and this team knows that. They're still confident in what this team is and what they can be. If I would have told you 7-2 before the season, you would have taken it, and twice on Sunday, no doubt about that. We talk moving forward. That's coming up for you at 6. For now, here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, I'm Dominic Miranda, 13 Sports.
All right, Dom, and he's got a closer look at the loss in Pittsburgh. It's over on WTHR+.
You can check it out right now. It's a free download.